Welcome to Gaming Ultra Cheap, where we highlight free and cheap games for your wonder and delight. I'm Sir Nigel. Today we're going to take a look at Brawl of Ages, a free online multiplayer tower defense game. Basically, this is Clash Royale on the desktop. It's available for Linux, Mac, and Windows, and this video was recorded on Fedora Linux 25. Normally, I would do a regular gameplay video, and in fact I had planned on possibly doing a series on this game, but after playing it for a while, I've decided it's not quite ready for a series yet. The game has 3 issues, 2 less important and 1 more important, that keep me from being comfortable making a series on it. That doesn't mean the game isn't fun. It still can be fun, and I enjoy playing it here and there. It just means, for me at least, it's not ready for a series yet. To explain why, let me first explain the basics of how this game works. Just like similar games, you have a deck of cards which represent various pieces or characters you play onto the field. You also have 3 towers. 2 are regular defensive towers, while the third is your throne, a tower you absolutely must protect. As you play the game, you gain mana over time, which you can use to deploy your cards to the field, where they fight your opponent's units and also attack their towers. It's basically a multiplayer tower defense game with a few MOBA elements mixed in. When you play the game, you're rewarded with experience and valor, which is an in-game currency earned by playing the game. The game also has currency you can buy with real money, which brings us to the first issue. The game does have a slight amount of pay to win. I suppose that's to be expected in a game of this style. It's not overt, but it's there. Normally, you slowly earn valor as you play, which you can use to unlock cards. Or, if you want to unlock them more quickly, you can use real money and unlock as many as you want. The game does try to limit this somewhat by only allowing you access to certain cards based on your level. But even so, if you're willing to spend real money, you can unlock all the cards you have access to and gain a quick advantage over those that don't spend anything. It's not a huge deal because you can save up valor and unlock cards that way, but those that are willing to spend real money do gain a slight advantage. The second issue doesn't affect the gameplay but is still noticeable. The game has some graphical glitches and bugs, at least it does on Linux. I'm not sure if the bugs exist on the other supported platforms. If you've seen these bugs, let me know in the comments. On Linux, when you start the game, it always runs in a window, even if you have it set to full screen. When you enter your first match, the game does become full screen and then stays that way for the rest of the session, but it resets to a window when you go to play it again later. Another graphical glitch is when looking at your cards in the vault, sometimes cards will have the wrong artwork, making it look like you have multiple copies of the same card. The other graphical glitch I've noticed is sometimes the mouse cursor just disappears. I've only seen this happen after a battle when looking at the victory screen, and the cursor reappears when you manage to get it over a button. I think this probably has to do with being in the middle of an action when the victory screen comes up. The third issue is, in my opinion, the most important, and that is matchmaking. The game's matchmaking could really use some improvement. It regularly matches you with people that have a much higher rank than you, and with people that have a much lower rank than you, meaning the matches often aren't that balanced. I'm not sure if this is because of the matchmaking algorithm, or because there doesn't seem to be that many people playing the game at the moment, so it just has to match you with whoever's available. Or a combination of the two. But it would be nice if the matches were more even and balanced. Perhaps when you get to higher levels they are, but at lower levels they tend to be either one way or the other. I'm sure this is something the developer is aware of, and I'm sure this is an issue they're going to continue to improve because of course they would want even matches in their games. Despite these issues, there is fun to be had. I especially enjoy that matches are so short, which makes it easy to fit in a few here and there. That's always been one of my complaints about other online competitive games like Paladins, where the matches can take 20 minutes. I prefer shorter matches, finding them easier to play and more enjoyable, and that's something this game has. The game also has a nice layer of simple strategy. Each piece has its own set of characteristics and abilities, so you want to play the right piece to get the effect you're looking for. And when your opponent plays a piece, you want to make sure you play something that's a good counter to it, such as using air units or ranged units to counter other air units. There's also the strategy of deciding whether to be aggressive and really push your opponent, or sit back and wait and build up mana while you see what sort of units they play. The graphics are also colorful and fun, and the sound and music are done well and are fairly nice. If this game looks interesting to you, it's free on Steam and it can be fun, so give it a try. As the game continues to develop and improve, especially when it comes to matchmaking, I might start doing a series on it. Let me know in the comments what you think of this game. Have you played it before? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it's the sort of game you'd want to play and watch a series about? So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed the video or thought it was interesting, give us some magic thumbs, subscribe to be part of the awesome crew, and tune in again next time for more free and cheap games so you can be gaming ultra cheap too. Aw, yeah.